Davis needs to get across the 40. He's got the first down and will run out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Gary Walton chased him out. Great coverage downfield by the Bruins secondary.
And great instincts by Chad Davis. You can't really coach this kind of an effort. Either you have the instincts to do this or not. Watch Edwards coming, number 23. Davis just ducks underneath him. Goes out and picks up the first down. That's a heck of a play, and you need your quarterback to be instinctive.
Donnie Edwards, had he stayed low, would have had his 5th sack of this 94 season. It's a first down. The ball spotted just short of the 45-yard line. Kevin Hicks now in at running back behind Davis. That's Hicks, and boy, is he wrapped up and driven backwards. Hicks, the senior from right here in Los Angeles, is hit and dropped by Saleh Isaiah.
Isaiah did a great job of stepping up in the hole to meet that counter tray, that trap where Washington State pulled 2 linemen to get in front of Isaiah. Isaiah took him on and then stuffed the play right there and made the play on Hicks.
1 yard gain.
They'll call it a yard. The ball is now just across the 45, just underway from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. 13:21 to play in the first quarter. Davis. Namadou. He is into Bruin territory at the 48, where he is stopped. Madou, the junior from San Francisco.
Abdul McCullough made the tackle on that play. A little bit of option from Washington State. They're doing a little bit of everything. Throwing the short pass, spreading UCLA out, getting wide receivers all over the field. You'll see 3 receivers on one side, 1 to the other side, and that's an attempt to kind of loosen things up. Mike Price likes to have a wide open offense.
To the top of your screen is Albert Kennedy. To the bottom is Dumas. Davis flushed out and dropped. Donnie Edwards. 5.5 sacks for Edwards here in 1994.
Well, you talk about an instinctive play by Chad Davis. Well, Edwards learned from the last time when Davis ducked underneath him. Look at him come this time, and he keeps fighting. He gets a hand on him, and he just relentlessly stays there and hangs on. Just went right through the block of Madou.
To punt it away, it's George Martin. That's Adams. He'll watch it bounce, and Bryant's not going to go anywhere near it as it'll roll dead at the 15-yard line. And while the Bruin offense comes on, let's go down on the sidelines and Paul Sunderland.
Well, Phil, of course, the big story here, will J.J. Stokes play, and if he does, how much? I just checked with the UCLA medical staff. They said he will take the field in the first passing situation. They said, look, that doesn't mean that we're going to throw him the ball, but the UCLA coaching staff knows that he requires an awful lot of double and even triple teaming. We should see him in the first passing situation and probably 15 plays thereafter. Back to you.
Kevin Jordan and Mike Wynn are the wideouts for UCLA on 1st and 10 as they shift into the I. It's Milner and Sharmon Shaw, the tailback. Shaw out across the 22-yard line. Wayne Cook, the senior quarterback for UCLA out of Newberry, California. And a terrific talent when he has time to throw. No huddle offense for UCLA at 2nd down and 4. Wide to the left is Jordan. Mike Wynn is in the slot to the left. Stokes is in the ball game to the right, drawing single coverage from the shotgun. Cook looking over the middle. It's caught. Mike Wynn, the 6'1 senior from Portland, Oregon, makes the reception and is hit and tackled by John Rushing. A flag down on the far side of the field at the 23.
I think that's going to be on 86, Dwayne Patterson, for jumping off sides right at the snap.
Offside. Defense.
Jim Springer, our Pac-10 referee for the ball game. Stokes is trotted out to the far side.
Penalty is declined by the Bruins.
Mike Wynn and Kevin Jordan to the receivers. That's Jordan at the bottom of your screen. UCLA this time will shift once more into the I, and again it's Sharmon Shaw, the deep back. Gives straight ahead. Oh, he is hit hard at the 35-yard line. Shaw coming in, averaging 127 yards a game. UCLA's offense brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Kevin Jordan is the guy we're going to be watching all day long. Boy, what a backup to have for a guy like J.J. Stokes. At the offensive line, anchored by Jonathan Ogden, junior from Washington, D.C. Second down and 7. The ball is at the 35-yard line. Stokes back in the ball game. He is wide to the left from the shotgun. Cook looking his way. Over the middle it goes. Intended for Stokes. He's hit. Can't get to it. Ray Jackson providing the stick on J.J. Stokes. Washington State defensively, and boy, what a defensive team this is. Dwayne Patterson, he had an all-world game a year ago against the Bruins. Ron Childs is the weak side linebacker. Always wanted to be a Cougar. And Torrey Hunter is the senior corner from Tacoma Curtis High School. 3rd and 7. Flags everywhere. Cook flushed out to the right, will throw, and it's incomplete. Don Sasa, Samoan from Long Beach, is the one who chased Cook out. There were a couple of Cougars moving, Rod, and you wonder if maybe Mike Flanagan, the center, moved the football.
Well, either that or you've got Wayne Cook with his cadence drawing them off sides.
Defense, 5 yards, repeat 3rd down.
Well, if it's offsides against the Cougars, 2 or 3 Cougars saw something.
Or heard something.
Or heard something. So instead of 3rd and 7, Bruins now faced with a 3rd and 2 situation. Cougars have only allowed 3 first downs in 27 third down opportunities, allowing just 11%. Darren Washington, the lone setback. It's Sherman Shaw skirting the right side, and he's got a first down out across the 46. John Rushing on the tackle. Rushing, the free safety out of Merced, California. Shaw now, 3 carries, 15 yards. Keep in mind, no running back has run for more than 25 yards this year against this Washington State defensive unit.
Well, we know that UCLA was concerned about their ability to run on Washington State, but I think they can actually try and run a little bit if they get the defensive ends of Washington State to come up the field and run in between them and the tackle, Sasa and Eaton.
Wide to the left is Mike Wynn. At the top of the screen is Jordan. Shaw is the tailback. First down at the 46. Sharmon Shaw coming to the near side. Boy, look at the Cougar defense close. And he's going to lose 4, maybe 5.
Well, I think Terry Donahue and his staff is going to find out that you really can't make a living running outside on Washington State. They have absolutely too much speed for you to try to run the corners on them. Watch this from the inside. You see the inside linebackers, 31 Childs coming in 29 Fields. They have great speed. They get outside, and look at number 24, Torrey Hunter. He's out there to cut it off. You can't run wide on these guys.
Well, look at this rushing defense. They're allowing just 1.7 yards per rush. From the shotgun on 2nd and 12. Cook over the middle, intended for Kevin Jordan. And he threw behind him. Coverage by Singor Mobley. Now, Wayne Cook is going to have Cougars in his face all day.
Well, if they can't run the ball and have passing situations like this, they're going to have guys like number 22, Chris Hayes, getting all over the quarterback, Wayne Cook.
Now it's 3rd down and 12. 8:55 to play in the first quarter. Milner and Shaw are the setbacks in the shotgun. At the midfield stripe, Cook is hit and stopped. Dwayne Patterson. He's the 6'1 senior. They call him the weekend, but there is nothing weak about him.
Oh, no. Dwayne Patterson is a serious football player. He's the real deal. Out of McClymonds High School in Oakland, California. High school that's produced some great, great athletes. Frank Robinson, Bill Russell, Theta Pinson.
Jay Dumas, deep for the Cougars.
Here's Darren Shager, UCLA's senior, first team all-conference a year ago as he gets set to punt it away for the Bruins, their first punt of the afternoon. Jay Dumas standing back at the 10. Good snap. And Shager got it away. Dumas should have a return. He's got it at the 11. Brings it out to the 14, a 40-yard punt off the foot of Darren Shager. It stops the clock with 8:06 to play. And the first period, we're scoreless at the Rose Bowl.
It's not a kindergarten class. It's not a daycare center. It's not a Sunday school. It's your dining room. And we can help you paint it. Been to Home Base recently? It's our 11th birthday, and you'll find 10% off Diamond kitchen cabinets and 10% off Merlot kitchen cabinets. Installation is also 10% off. Service, price, selection. Nobody covers the bases like Home Base. Home Base, ready to help.
It was the most bizarre thing. All of a sudden, we plummeted 8,000 feet below the Earth's surface.
And then there were these talking camels and kings and queens.
The elevators didn't go up or down, but sideways, like that.
And then I said, Bill, look, those people, they're floating.
And then there was this light, you know? And you could see it all the way from outer space.
It's different on the inside, too. Luxor, get into it.
First, the automotive press called GeoPrism the new wonder of the automotive world. Then, 98% of the people who bought a Prism said they'd recommend one to a friend. Now, J.D. Power & Associates has ranked Prism best in the $12,000 to $17,000 price class in initial quality. Does anyone see a trend developing here? Get to know GeoPrism at your Chevrolet Geo dealer.
Get to know GeoPrism now and save big during clearance time.
8:06 to play in the first quarter. The Bruins of UCLA and Washington State in their conference opener. And we're scoreless. Cougars from the 15-yard line following the 42-yard punt by UCLA's Darren Shager. Derek Sparks is the lone setback behind Chad Davis. Trip Whitehouse to the top. Now Dumas in motion to the near side. It goes straight ahead, and that's Sparks. Sparks tries to follow Paul Reed and Clay Reese through that offensive line and hit by Gary Walton. Now Ron Lewis, first-year starter. He's a senior from Los Angeles. And he's going to be head up against Saye Isaiah virtually all day long. There's Lewis. He's a big one. 6'3", 298 pounds.
Yeah, they're growing big out of Dorsey High School, don't they?
Man. Gains a couple. Second down. And 7 from the 18. Now Davis empties the backfield. UCLA showing blitz. Up here they come. Davis tries the up and over the top. It's caught. Albert Kennedy has it and is run out of bounds at the 45-yard line by Andy Colbert.
Well, Colbert had a little bit of trouble on that play. Great job by Kennedy and Chad Davis. Anytime you see the backs get out of the backfield with Washington State, you know it's got to be a quick pass. It can be a quick fade like this pass right here or a quick in. You see right here that all Kennedy does is separate himself from Colbert and run straight down the field, and Davis makes a very nice throw out over towards the sideline so Kennedy can run underneath it.
A first down at the 45-yard line. It's Kevin Hicks, the lone setback. Trip wideouts to the top. Straight ahead it goes. Hicks has got it. He's still on his feet across the midfield stripe. He's hit and tackled at the 46-yard line of UCLA. Boy, Kevin Hicks, he's only 5'9", 188 pounds, but with great quickness.
Oh, great quickness, and he's very strong. It's like trying to tackle a bowling ball out there. He can change directions very quickly. Watch him slip a tackle right here. Nice change right there. Abdul McCullough couldn't make the tackle, and then he's right on top of you so quickly, and look at the leg drive he uses to pick up a couple of extra yards. Strong runner.
Anytime you pick up 9 yards on first down, you're doing something right. 3 wide outs to the right. The long wide out to the left is Albert Kennedy. The give goes straight ahead. This time Kevin Hicks gets a first down at the Bruin 43. Rod Smalley, the senior middle linebacker from Solvang, on the tackle.
You see UCLA defensive coordinator Bob Field. He was worried about his team's ability to force turnovers. They really haven't done a very good job of that this year. They did a great job last year, and he thinks that's really hurting their offense. So he figures that the UCLA defense has got to do a better job of causing fumbles and making interceptions.
They told us yesterday that he really feels they've got to shut down Washington State's running game to stay in this one. First down, Cougars. 3-step drop to the near side. It's caught at the 30-yard line, and now it's a foot race. they say he's out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Teddy Lawrence finally tracked him down.
What a heck of a catch and run by Adams. You know, Washington State has been looking for guys who can make plays, who can do something after they catch the ball. They haven't had that yet this season. Now they get the play with Adams. Watch this, a nice quick step, nice in and out crossing route, and Adams just takes off down the sidelines, and Teddy Lawrence, number 2, comes over to make the play, a touchdown-saving touchdown. Here you see the out route coming right at you. Adams showing you great speed down the sideline.
The setback, Sparks and Kevin Hicks. Hicks will try and sweep the right side, and he's stuck at the line of scrimmage. What great pursuit by Grady Stretz. He's the junior left tackle. You're talking to Bob Beals about this defensive down lineman of UCLA, Isaiah Walton Case. Goodfin, Grady Stretz. He likes his down lineman.
Oh, he really likes him. They did a great job on that last play, and Field believes that he can interchange those guys, and he may have to bring a couple of extra guys in down here on the goal line to keep Washington State from going ahead in this ball game.
Again, Hicks and Sparks the setback. Hicks has got it again, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Hicks did a great job of picking his way through the debris to get into the end zone for a score. But conversely, very poor tackling by UCLA. They had a number of guys in position to make the play, but Hicks just kind of dances around. Look at it right here. Guys missing tackles and no one really moving over to make a play, and Hicks taking advantage of it to dart into the end zone.
Tony Truitt will try. Nope, they're going to fake it and go for 2. And they didn't get there. Johnny Nansen tried to go around the left side and was stopped short at the half-yard line. A flag is down back at the 7. Well, it's not uncommon for Washington State to wide up to huddle off to the left and actually.
Formation, offense, penalties decline, no point.
Illegal formation against the Washington State Cougars. And with 5:27 to play, it's the Cougars 6, UCLA nothing.
To discover the real difference between the world's 2 leading soft drinks, we're implementing an anthropological study. Chimp A will be allowed nothing but Coke. Chimp B, nothing but Pepsi. The results are astounding. The chimp that drank Coke showed improvement in motor skills. The chimp that drank Pepsi, however, disappeared.
Hello? It's him.
Watch USC football all season long on Prime Ticket. The Baylor Bears visit the Coliseum to take on the Trojans tonight, live at 7.
A healthcare update for business owners from Blue Cross of California and California Care Health Plans. By pooling you with other businesses of similar size, Blue Cross can give you the same price breaks as big businesses. Just call 1-800-294-0700 for your free copy of The Power of Pooling. It explains how pooling you with other small businesses can lower your health care rates. And if you qualify, Source One lets you add workers' compensation to save you even more. Because why should the big guys get all the breaks? So if you're a business owner looking to save money, call your Blue Cross agent or 1-800-294-0700 for your free copy of The Power of Pooling.
5:27 to play in the first quarter. Washington State, a beautifully executed drive, and Hicks takes it in. 85 yards. It took him 2 minutes and 39 seconds to get there, and it was Hicks on a 3-yard drive to the left side. Truitt. It's taken by Brian Adams at the 4, out across the 15 to the 20. He is stood up and knocked down there by Todd Jensen. So Wayne Cook will come back on, the 6'4" senior out of Newberry Park, California. Well, he had just an absolute sensational year as a junior. 18 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Hit 56% of his passes. But this year, Rod, though his percentages are up, his touchdown to interception ratio is way out of whack.
Well, obviously part of that is due to the fact that J.J. Stokes is out, and he's trying to get adjusted to new receivers out there in addition to Kevin Jordan. So they've not been on the same page at times, and it hasn't been all of Cook's fault, those 4 interceptions.
A first down, the ball's at the 20-yard line from the shotgun. Here's a little inside handoff. Sharmon Shaw, a great job of spinning out of 1 tackle.
I really like Sharmon Shaw. He got hit behind the line of scrimmage that time by Sanders, Dwayne Sanders, number 92, and Shaw just bounced off of it. And you're talking about a guy who's returning after missing last season with a knee injury. Watch the way he takes this shot and then cuts on the dime, just spins around, shows you good leg strength, and then just hustles right back up the field.
He ran right out of the grasp of Dwayne Sanders and picked up 3.
Sanders is a big guy, 6'7", 245.
Straight ahead it goes to Milner. He's the left tab, a junior from Alexandria, Virginia. And he just tripped over Don Sassa. I was talking to Don Sassa yesterday in the hotel. He's so bashful, rarely says anything. He was a volleyball player at Long Beach. You believe that?
Well, how can he play volleyball with all that hair? Look at the hair hanging out of the helmet back there.
I asked him if he was a spiker or a digger. He said, I did it all. Well, J.J. Stokes in the ball game.
You know, I don't think Stokes is really well enough to play in this ball game. He's not running at full speed at all.
He split wide to the left at the bottom of your screen. Go from the shotgun. Doesn't even look at Stokes. Over the middle it goes. Great coverage on Kevin Jordan. Mark Beals awfully close to interference.
We see right now J.J. Stokes is a non-factor for UCLA, and that allows Washington State to double up on Kevin Jordan, and they can man up. They're good enough to man up on the other receivers for UCLA. So having J.J. Stokes in there right now is really more of a liability than anything.
Darren Shager, his first punt today, 40 yards. Jay Dumas back at his 33. Well, the Cougars came hard at Shager's first punt, but he got it away. Spiral, Dumas at the 25. Not going anywhere. Grabbed at the ankle by Glenn Tompkins. The clock stopped with 3:50 to play in the first quarter.
Excuse me, Shane. Ow.
In the NFL, there's only one sports drink, and it's gotta be Gatorade.
Bob Lambert took this job for some very good reasons. One of them is the benefits, like Delta Dental. Bob's group chose Delta Dental because we manage costs and offer options from traditional plans to dental PPOs and HMO-type plans. And each one delivers quality service. And that's good, because when Bob's on the job, he has other important things to worry about. Delta Dental, we have a plan to keep you smiling.
Corvette backed by Eureka for home or auto. 10 tools included. Power for big jobs, tight spots, extra long cord. Corvette backed by Eureka.
College football is being brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. When you're thirsty, it's gotta be Gatorade. And by Luxor. And you thought the outside was different? Luxor Las Vegas. Get into it.
3:50 to play in the first quarter. Washington State leads it 6-0. In 19 years at UCLA, Coach Terry Donahue has seen so many great football players, but when he talks about Stokes, his eyes kind of glaze over.
J.J. Stokes is one of the difference makers, one of the only difference makers on the field. And when he's playing, defenses have to play us differently. They are able to do certain things Saturday to us that they would not have done had J.J. Stokes been in the game.
How much will J.J. Stokes play the remainder of this game is certainly up for a lot of consternation at this point. Straight ahead it goes to Frank Madu. He runs into Rod Smalley.
This is a very key drive for UCLA. because they need to stop the run. They have to prove that they can stop it, or else they're going to have to worry about getting back in control of the ball game.
Gain is 3. It's 2nd down and 7 from the 26-yard line with 3:23 left here in the first period. Trip wideouts to the top. Carpenter, Albert Kennedy, and Jay Dumas is in the slot. Swings it to the near side. That's Badu. He's out across the 30 to the 31, where he's hit by Sheen Jasper. Another big week of college football around the Pac-10. Arizona all over Stanford and Palo Alto, 34-10. Arizona State losing in the 4th quarter to California. The Sun Devils led the entire ball game at Berkeley. And that game is over. And here's the surprise. The Huskies of Washington up in 6th-ranked Miami, 31-20. That game late in the 4th quarter in Oregon, all over Iowa, 40-18 at Autzen Stadium in the 4th period. 3-step drop up and over the top. It goes. Pass intended for Albert Kennedy. Great coverage step for step by the sophomore corner, Andy Colton. Well, that's Chad Davis's first misfire of the ball game, Rod. He's now 4 of 5 for 78 yards.
Well, they're trying to make sure that they go down the field a little bit so that UCLA doesn't settle in on the short passes. And that time, Colbert did a very, very nice job of pinning Kennedy against the sideline.
George Martin is on, the junior punter out of Hobart, Indiana.
Punt formation.
Washington State's punt coverage team has been excellent. Ryan Adams is back at his own 36. He's got him at the 34. And he is not going to go anywhere, I don't believe. Hit once, hit twice, and finally knocked down by Kearney Adams following the 35-yard punt from George Martin.
You know, Phil, this is a Washington State team that has a real chip on its shoulder. They felt really slighted by the preseason prognostications that they would finish last in the conference, even though they had a great defense coming back. And Mike Price said, you know, we think we're a lot better than that. We're going to prove that. He told us yesterday that they would win this ball game today.
Well, they've not played well whenever they've come to Los Angeles in recent years. And he was saying, I don't know what it is. We have so many kids from Southern California. Maybe we give them too much rope when they come down here. And he really kind of clamped down on them once they got here last night. Aaron Washington and Sharmon Shaw shift into the eye. Play action. Cook comes near side. It's caught. Kevin Jordan eludes 2 tacklers. He's across the 45 and pushed out of bounds. Well, how would you like to have a receiver like Kevin Jordan if you can't get J.J. Stokes to go?
Well, you heard Terry Donahue talk about J.J. Stokes being a difference maker. Kevin Jordan is a difference maker also because of what he does after he catches the ball. Watch him now. He will elude 1 tackle there, juke another guy, and then break a tackle and go on down the field and pick up an extra 8 yards. Guys who can do that after they catch the ball are true difference makers for you.
UCLA coming out of the shotgun. Cook audibilizing now. The setbacks, Washington and Shaw on either side. Double wide receivers to the top. First down, Bruins. There's the inside handoff straight ahead to Shaw. And that's the way you're going to run the ball against Washington State, if you're going to run it at all.
Well, they are so strong in the middle, right up front with 94 Sasa and 90 Chad Eaton, that really to be effective, you got to get to that space in between Sasa and the outside end, Dwayne Patterson, or on the other side, Dwayne Sanders. Those 2 guys in the middle, 94 and 90, are just like mountains. You can't move them.
Now look at that defense. Go back to 1990 and 91. They were dead last in this conference. The past 2 years, 2nd in the conference. And this year against the rush, Washington State #1 in the nation. That's Shaw. This time he's going to be dropped for a loss back at the 41. Shaw now 6 carries, make it 7 carries for 22 yards.
But we were talking about the guys up front, 94 Sasa and number 90 Eaton. They just create a great big pile up right there. And when they do that, you don't have any room to run. Watch Shaw. He's going to try and get up that middle. And all of a sudden, look at that great big pile in the middle. That allows Eaton to come on around and make a play. They do a great job right there in the middle of their defense.
Good blitz pass into the chest of Darren Washington. Great penetration by Dwayne Sanders that forced Cook to unload it a split second before he might have won it.
Patterson has done that to a number of quarterbacks, and I think Cook is getting to know him very, very well, more than he wants to. And right now, if you're UCLA on their sideline, you're a little bit nervous because that Washington State defense is starting to kick into high gear.
Darren Shaker will punt it away again. Look at that average thus far today, 46 yards. Well, he had a beautiful 53-yarder versus Tennessee earlier this year. That was pushed out of bounds at the 1-yard line. He's looking for the coffin corner again. This time it's going to be down at the 2-yard line. A 40-yard punt, and Shaker has again pinned an opponent deep. 44 seconds to play here in the first quarter. UCLA trailing Washington State 6-0. Well, if you like this one so far, stay with us next weekend. The Pac-10 Game of the Week will come to you from across town here at the Coliseum as Rob Johnson in Southern California take on Danny O'Neill and the Oregon Ducks. Big win by Oregon today. That's next Saturday, 6:30 Eastern Time. The Trojans and the Ducks of Oregon, the Pac-10 Game of the Week right here on Prime. Derek Sparks and Kevin Hicks are the setbacks behind Chad Davis. Straight ahead it goes to Sparks. And did George Case get his wingspan around Sparks?
He certainly did. Old Psycho. That's what they call him there. Case is a wild man on that UCLA defense, and he got in there and made a heck of a play. And Grady Stretz, number 77, was there to help him out. You know, Phil, one of the things about Washington State's offense, when you run a wide set, when you got the trips of 3 wide receivers, you don't really practice that much on short yardage situations. You don't have that power blocking, so they're in a little bit of trouble down here backed up.
Again, it's Sparks and Hicks. It's Hicks. Tries to turn the corner, moves it out to the 5-yard line. He is hit and hit hard by Abdul McCullough. Abdul McCullough would love so much to be the next great safety to come out of UCLA. Guys like Kenny Easley, Don Rogers, James Washington, Othello Henderson. That's the end of the first period. We're coming back to the Rose Bowl with the second quarter in a moment.
The dog eats his dinner from an old tin pan. Jake drinks his Coors from a cold yellow can. The two hooked up in Boulder one purple night. Wasn't part of the plan, it just worked out right. They've been coming up here on Wednesdays for years. Just a guy, a dog, and a couple of beers. See, Jake does what he wants, and for that he's proud. Never worries much about pleasing the crowd. He'll tell you, if you do what you like, you'll like what you do. For Jake, it's an old friend and the right kind of brew. Cold, clean, original Coors. 'Cause you feel like it.
Ask the guy who can move mountains. The teacher who can turn biology into theater. The parents who left a history to make a future. CAN is the reason why this country works. And the reason Bank of America introduces I-CAN banking. Ways to bank however you want, where and whenever you need. The word can't may be in the dictionary, but nobody here has much use for it. Banking on America. Bank of America.
The Passport LX has a 175 horsepower V6 engine, on-demand 4-wheel drive, a winter switch for better traction from a standing start. Oh, and one other unique feature. It's from Honda. Introducing the Honda 94 clearance lease. Just $299 a month for 30 months. Timing is everything at your Honda dealer.
We get set to start the second quarter with Washington State leading UCLA at the Rose Bowl 6-0. 3rd and 7 Cougars. Davis is going down in a heap. Second sack by the UCLA defense today. And Saye Isaiah led the charge. George Case also in the middle.
You can really credit that one to the secondary of UCLA. Great coverage back there, which allowed the defensive line to put some pressure on Davis. And Davis got a little bit nervous there and didn't throw the ball away. Instead, he started looking for a place to settle down.
George Martin's going to punt it away. This will almost certainly give UCLA excellent field position to begin the second period. Here come the Bruins, and they almost got to it. Adams is chased back. He'll field it at the 49. Crosses the midfield stripe and is chased out on the near sideline at the 43. A 48-yard punt. First quarter notes are brought to you by Great Western. Now you look at Hicks, a 3-yard touchdown run, capped an 85-yard Washington State drive. Stokes did not start the ball game. He's playing, if you want to call it that. Thus far, the comparison of quarterbacks: Cook 2 of 6, Davis 4 of 5. First down, Bruins at the Cougar 42-yard line. Sharmon Shaw and James Milner are the setbacks. Now they shift into the eye. It's Shaw at the extreme left of your screen. Play action. Cook hit from behind by Dwayne Patterson.
Good pressure by Washington State. UCLA trying to throw on first down to sort of get something going there. Take an end zone look. You'll see the pressure will come from this angle here, and that will be 86. Patterson, he's going to come from that angle, just manhandles his guy at the top of the screen on the left side there, and Cook is looking down the field, and look at the way Patterson comes in. He's looking to force a turnover, trying to knock the ball out.
Second down and 15. Cook sprint out left. Looking deep and throws it out of bounds. Oh, what pressure on Cook.
Oh, more than pressure, Phil. He delivered one heck of a blow on Cook. Cook had just set himself and turned around and was looking downfield, threw the ball. Watch 29. He'll come up in the middle of your screen and he'll just blast Cook right there. And believe me, that hurts.
Cook now 2 of 7, making 2 of 8 for 31 yards. Mark Fields playing in the spot that Anthony McClanahan held down for so many years at Washington State. 3rd and 15. Washington and Shaw again the setbacks from the gun. Cook looking for first down. Jordan, does he have it? No. The officials say he was out of bounds. He had the first down. Torrey Hunter, great coverage. But Jordan just ran out of grass.
Well, he dragged that foot, although he dragged it right on the sideline. You'll see Jordan in isolation here, number 4. He'll run the shake route, fake inside, head back outside. Watch him drag the left foot. Doesn't quite get it down. You see the mark there. The chalk mark will come up just outside.
Aaron Shager to punt it away. Torrey Hunter standing back at the 10-yard line. Again, almost blocked. Hunter is going to let it go, and again Shager has pinned the Cougars deep at the 6-yard line. Don't go away. We're coming back to Pasadena in a moment.
In the glory days of Rome, Caesar entertained his guests with the most spectacular sporting events in all the empire. 2,000 years later, he still does. Caesar's Palace. Relive the legend.
Watch USC football all season long on Prime Ticket. The Baylor Bears visit the Coliseum to take on the Trojans tonight, live at 7.
Sunday night, the Bears and the Jets come to play on TNT. Chicago's got a tough reputation to defend. You want to see tough? Welcome to New York. And that's why on Sunday night, we come to play. TNT, the Bears, and the Jets. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, Sunday night NFL on TNT. Listen to 97.1, the classic rock station, to win with the NFL on TNT.
On the high seas, this flag meant terror, bloodshed, death. Come face to face with the barbarians, the buccaneers, the true rogues of the sea. Hear their tales of pillaging and plunder amidst the clash of their mighty swords. Don't miss Pirates. Thursdays at 8:30 Eastern and Pacific, only on the Discovery Channel.
14:11 to play in the second quarter. Washington State with a touchdown midway through the first period, out in front of the Bruins 6-0. And for the second consecutive possession, the Cougar offense is pinned deep. They'll start this drive at the 6-yard line.
Well, it's important for Chad Davis to protect the ball. No turnovers down here for Washington State.
That's Hicks. Out across the 18 near the 19. Paul Guidry tackled him. Let's go down to Paul.
Lots of meeting of the minds going on down on the sidelines for UCLA. Bob Toledo, Terry Donahue, and of course #1 quarterback Wayne Cook. Wayne Cook came off after the last series very, very frustrated, of course tired of being chased around. But I'm surprised. Bob Toledo told me before the game that we were going to see from UCLA lots of screens, lots of draws, particularly out of the shotgun because Washington State put so much pressure on the passer. We haven't seen that yet. Watch for it in the next series. Back to you.
Washington State empties the backfield. Davis looking left, now he's going to run it right, and he'll take it out of bounds. Abdul McCullough took him down out across the 27.
Phil, it is so frustrating for a defensive player when you have good coverage and you get good pressure on the quarterback and he gets out of the pocket and he goes down and he makes a positive play for the offense. It makes you go back to the huddle and you say, well, somebody get the guy.
Would somebody hit somebody?
Somebody keep that guy back there.
Now, one guy asking that question and making that plea is that man right there, Terry Donahue. You see he and his offensive coordinator talking things over. Ahead it goes again, Kevin Hicks. Hicks is coming home. He's hit by Donnie Edwards. Hicks grew up here in Los Angeles, went to West LA Community College. I don't care who you are, what position you play. Anytime you come home and play an opponent in your home team, you want to come out and just buff it up a little, just a little shinier.
Oh, sure. That gets you going. You look at the rushing yards there, and most of that for Washington State belongs to Hicks, number 23, who just reeled off that nice run for Washington State. It gets the adrenaline going, and you also have to get more tickets. More tickets for family and friends to come to the ball game.
Well, when you have a stadium that seats over 100,000, tickets should not be a problem.
Oh, they're a problem. You only allotted a few of them, you know, and you don't want to buy a bunch of them, so you wind up trading with your teammates. He may have to give up tickets to the Apple Cup so that he can have enough guys right here.
Short of the first down by about the length of the football. Third down and about a foot. Frank Madu has checked back into the ball game. He's the speed guy. Mike Price told us yesterday he's the guy that we like to get the ball to if we're going to try and hit the opening around the perimeter. 3 wideouts to the near side. That's Madu. Straight ahead he goes out across the 34. Way more than a first down.
Well, Madu picks up the first down, but there's just a great block on this play by number 75. You'll see, I'm sorry, Ron Lewis right there. He's right there in the middle. I'm drawing the other guy, but you'll see him come around. He's going to do a heck of a job pulling. Watch him kick out right there. That opens up the hole for Madu, 34, to pick up the first down.
The first down is at the 34-yard line. To the near side, it's Albert Kennedy. In the slot, Chad Carpenter. 3 wideouts to the left. On 1st and 10, Cougars. Davis play action, looking left side, now coming back this way, and can't find Albert Kennedy. No correction, it is not. Shaheed Evans, he's the slot back. He's a junior college transfer from Contra Costa Junior College, originally out of Vallejo, California.
And he has great speed. He's a track man, pretty good football player, and he gets wide open here. But take a look at the shot that Davis takes right here. Oh, what a blow delivered by Travis Kershke.
I'll tell you, you won't have a receiver any more wide open than that the entire year. Shaheed Evans running free as he broke off a pattern to the sideline, and Davis just misfired. It's 2nd and 10. Again, trips to the near side. Madu empties the backfield. Davis this time will go right. It's caught. David Knupp, the sophomore tight end, has got it. David Knupp, number 98. He's a sophomore out of Huntington Beach. A flag is down at the 46-yard line. Good story on David Knupp, the tight end. He dyed his hair albino white during two-a-days, and he didn't want his picture taken for the media guide. So Rod Commons told me last night he made him go back into the files and use his picture from last year.
Personal foul, offense, 15-yard penalty. It'll be first down 10.
Well, they'll add that on, but you know, to finish off your story, there has to be a rule. If you dye your hair albino white, you have got to take your picture. I mean, you shouldn't do things like that if you're not willing to stand up there and say, okay, here I am, look at me, shoot the camera.
Did you ever think about doing that when you were playing at Stanford?
Are you crazy?
It's a first down for Washington State at the 45-yard line. Cougars leading 6-0, but more importantly, I'll tell you, when it comes to time of possession, they've owned the football.
Oh, the running game has been there for Washington State today.
Three-step drop to the near side is caught. That's Jay Dumas, and look at him fly to the UCLA 40-yard line. Abdul McCullough tackled him out of bounds.
Well, you can see this Washington State offense just growing with confidence with each play. And Chad Davis is more confident. That was a very nicely thrown ball. He laid it out there for Dumas to just pick it out of the sky with his hands and turn up the field. And Mark Price has got to be very, very happy. Mike Price has got to be very happy about the way his young quarterback is performing now.
Well, he spreading the wealth right there. 6 completions. He's hit 5 different receivers. He hit 9 different receivers a week ago. Make it 2 weeks ago against Fresno State. That's Derek Sparks. 6 feet, 220 pounds. He's a junior. Coming off double shoulder surgery during the offseason. Had surgery, Rod, in the front part of his left shoulder, and then they went around and did the back part of the same shoulder.
Football's a tough game, and you get injuries like that. You see his career numbers there, 3.7. He's doing a little better than that today. Washington State is running the ball at UCLA, much like Nebraska did last week.
Chad Carpenter is at the top of your screen. Jay Dumas is in the slot to the right. Now the Cougars will empty the backfield as Sparks pulls up to the right side. Davis, pocket collapsing, still finds a little room. Wants to turn the corner, can't do it. He is tackled out of bounds at the 36 by McCullough again. This is a very young UCLA Bruin defensive secondary, Rod. They thought they'd have Carl Greenwood. They were hoping they would have Marvin Goodwin return. He left for the NFL. Now it's up to Abdul McCullough and Teddy Lawrence to lead this very young secondary.
Yeah, the young secondary. Also, how about the linebackers? Jameer Miller went to the NFL a little bit soon. You see the graphic there. Bruce Walker, Carl Greenwood's out for the year. Goodwin is gone, left early. If Terry Donahue had those guys back, how good would this UCLA team be? Top 10 maybe? Number 1 in the country perhaps?
3rd down and 3 from the 36-yard line. Sparks straight ahead, close to a first down. Rod Smalley on the stop.
Derek Sparks, the ball carrier. Rod Smalley on the stop for the Bruins.
You know, the way Washington State has been dominating the line of scrimmage, I would imagine that Mike Price would want to go ahead and go for this short yardage if they don't make it here on 3rd down. If it's 4th and short, Phil, I think he should probably go because his line has been dominating in running situations.
Well, knowing Mike Price, I don't think there's any question but that he will go if necessary, and they will be short of the first down.
I'll tell you the other thing. On UCLA's side, if you fall behind this team 13-0, 12-0, you've got a real problem because that Washington State defense is very tough, and they will know that they can just go after Wayne Cook. And that's going to make it a long, tough day for UCLA if Washington State picks up another score on this drive.
That's a good point, Rod. Trip wide outs to the right on 4th down and about 6 inches. Kevin Hicks is the setback. Straight ahead it goes. Chad Davis took it himself, runs into Rod Smalley and George Case. I think he moved the pile enough for the first down. Now the officials will watch him unpile and very carefully mark the football. They may call for another measurement. No, it is a first down for the Cougars.
First down, Washington State.
Well, time of possession unquestionably in favor of Washington State. But look at the total number of plays.
Yeah, 30 plays for Washington State, only 18 for UCLA. That's the way you keep the ball out of Kevin Jordan's hands and Wayne Cook's. Dominate the time of possession.
Carpenter, Kennedy, and Kearney side. That's Dumas. Oh, he can't hold it at the 28.
He couldn't wait. He just couldn't wait. He wanted to catch that ball and turn up the field. He had to wait on the ball. Maybe he should have come back for it. Had he come back for it, he could have been moving and caught the ball and tried to take it upfield. You know, UCLA has to find a way to put some pressure on Chad Davis. They aren't getting anyone near him. Donnie Edwards came on a blitz that time, but he was picked up. And anytime Washington State empties the backfield, they have no running backs back there. UCLA should be blitzing to put pressure on.
2nd down and 10. Hicks again the setback, trip wideouts to the right. Dumas on the side, over the middle it goes. Boy, the official had to duck for that ball to find its receiver. Andy Colbert on the tackle. The umpire, Dave McCullough, on the replay. Watch the way he ducks to get out of the way.
Well, you'll see good coverage by Colbert, and 40 Smalley is going to show up and make a hit along with McCullough, number 9. And you'll see the official right there, Phil, just as you say, oops, that's not intended for me.
Great work on the part of our producer, Jerry Romano, our director, Doug Freeman. 3rd down and 7 at the 30-yard line. Screen sets up to the near side. Hicks, and he is going to be lassoed and dropped way back at the 37-yard line. Philip Ward led the charge. Ward, the sophomore outside linebacker from Compton. He got help from Gary Walton. Walton, the junior right tackle from San Diego.
Walton's out of Helix High School. You know that area pretty well.
That's
high school
become a hotbed of high school football in the last few years. Of course, its most celebrated graduate out of San Diego, Marcus Allen. George Martin to punt it away on 4th down and 13. Brian Adams standing back at the 10-yard line. This is the kind of punt where Martin just wants to send it up the chute.
That was a great defensive stop by UCLA to keep their team in the ball game here.
Trying to get it to the near side. Did he get it out of bounds? No, he did not. Oh, he was so close. Clock stops, 7:47 to play in the 2nd quarter. Washington State holding on to that slim 6-0 lead.
This label tells you it's 100% cotton. This label tells you it's 100% real cheese. And this label tells you it's 100% low fares. Always check the label. Southwest, the low-fare airline. On most airlines, you can only get a low fare to a few places. But Southwest has low fares everywhere we fly. So for low fares every time you fly, don't get stuck on some other airline. Southwest, the low-fare airline.
When I played basketball, I always wanted the ball. And I got it where it should go. And I always drank Gatorade, because nothing's better. Now I'm playing baseball. I still drink Gatorade. I still want the ball. I still know where it should go. And sooner or later, I'm gonna get it there. I hope. It's gotta be Gatorade.
Only Haynes Repair Manuals give you a photo-by-photo guide to fixing your car. Anyone can do it. See Haynes, see how.
College football is being brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Flying the low-fare airline is just plain smart. By Pepsi. Be young, have fun, drink Pepsi. And by Cold Clean Original Coors, because you feel like it.
6-0 Cougars. Washington State has had the 2nd most prolific offense in the Pac-10 over the past 2 years. But that offense has sputtered a little so far this year.
Our young offense is just that. It's young, it's improving. For us to win today, I think our offense is really the key, and that being turnovers. We've had too many turnovers in the last 2 games, and we've got to reduce that.
Yeah, there's the man who can limit it for him, Chad Davis, talking things over with his head coach, Mike Price. And thus far in the battle of quarterbacks, Chad Davis is winning this war. To the near side, Cook complete to Kevin Jordan. Out to the 23-yard line. The gain is 3, and Torrey Hunter, the strong safety on the left side, comes over to make the stop.
That's a great play by Torrey Hunter. When you come up and make a tackle on a wide receiver after a 3- or 4-yard gain, that's a heck of a coverage, heck of a tackle. That's a great job.
Second down and 5 now. Wide to the left is Kevin Jordan. Ryan Adams is in the slot left from the gun. Cook looking left. Wants Jordan. He's got Jordan. And he is hit instantly. Again, it's Torrey Hunter. Boy, on the last play, Hunter made a tackle on the near sideline. And now he goes across the field to bring Jordan down.
Well, he's locked up man-to-man on Jordan. Washington State is freeing up everybody else to play the other guys for UCLA, but Hunter's got man-to-man coverage. I think UCLA can run the ball now, some feel, because they've got Washington State thinking pass. They can run some draws.
Shaw and Milner are the setbacks. Again, the Bruins will come out of the shotgun. Play action. Cook on the slant. It is caught. This time, J.J. Stokes, his first reception in 3 weeks, and John Rushing is all over him.
Well, how about that? J.J. Stokes has not been running anywhere near full speed, and he runs his patented slant pattern and picks up a first down for UCLA.
First down, Bruins at the Cougars' 48. Cook looking right. This time it's Jordan, and he is out of bounds at the 39-yard line, and Torrey Hunter is there once again. I have an idea that Singdor Mobley, the strong safety for Washington State, and by the way, Torrey Hunter's third cousin, is going to walk over to Cuz and say, "Hey, Torrey, you might want to play Jordan about a step closer."
I don't know if he wants to say that to him right now after he's been beaten on a couple of passes.
Indeed. Yeah, there's Mobley. Mobley and Torrey Hunter, third cousins out of Curtis High School in Tacoma, Washington. First and 10, Bruins at the 37. Again, play action. Cook wants it all. Looking for Jordan, and it's knocked away. There may be pass interference, and here come the flags. And I'll bet you that's exactly what Mobley told him. Play him a step closer, Cuz.
Well, the problem that time was that the ball was underthrown, and Hunter looked to make a play on the ball, and while trying to make a play on the ball, he runs into Jordan. I think that's a pretty good play. That's a real close call. You see him looking back, trying to make the play. He gets a hand up, but the left hand is on Jordan and is fending off Jordan.
Now Wayne Cook, 2 for his first 8 for 31 yards on this drive, is 4 of 4 for 42 yards, and it perplexed Mike Price.
15-yard penalty instead of marking the ball at the spot. That's only in professional football now, not in college football.
On the 23-yard line, it's Shaw and Washington the setbacks. That's Darren Washington, the senior left half, in the up position. Now Cook had it set up and just went down. Spikes wouldn't hold.
You can expect Washington State to bring more pressure on Cook right now, and Cook is aware that he's got to move quickly, and he just loses his footing here. You'll see him slip down as he tries to make a cut.
Now the loss is 8. It's second down and 18. They'll spot the ball out just outside the 30. Stokes in the slot to the left. Kevin Jordan, the wide out to the left. Cook looking left. Wants Jordan. He's got it at the 19-yard line. What a catch.
Well, the catch by Stokes earlier reminded Washington State that, well, they have to think about him a little bit. He can run the little in routes, and that allows things to open up a little bit more for Jordan. Jordan runs the out route here, dives out there, fingertip grab, hangs on to it. That's a heck of a catch.
Picks up 11. It's now third down and 7. The ball at the 19. Again, the Bruins from the shotgun. Looking to the right is Cook, up and over, intended for Kevin, and Jordan can't run under it. Again, the man coverage supplied by Torrey Hunter.
Hunter was an all Pac-10 player last year, second team. His teammates say that if he's quiet on the field, things aren't going too well because he's a talker. He likes to talk to the receivers and his teammates when the game is going on. That keeps him going.
Here's Bjorn Merton, sophomore All-American out of Centerville, Virginia. Came off just a sterling freshman year. First UCLA freshman kicker to ever win All-American consensus honors. He was absolutely sensational a year ago. 5 of 8 this year. This one will be spotted from 36 yards out. Got plenty of distance, but he pulls it to the left. It's no good. So now Merton 5 of 9, and with 4:40 to play in the second quarter, Washington State still holds a 6-0 lead.
Initially, it looks like this thing is going to drift to the right and get in there, but you see it keeps coming on back to the left. He hooks it, it just doesn't quite get there. Just to the left.
Well, stay with us at halftime as we present college football today's halftime report. Glenn Walker will bring you all the scores and highlights of today's action, including that heart-stopping game at Ann Arbor, Michigan. Don't miss the highlights of that one. Glenn Walker will have it for you at halftime. 4 minutes and 40 seconds away. Draw, straight ahead it goes. That's Derek Sparks. And look at him move the pile out across the 23. Shane Jasper led the UCLA defensive charge, but he needed help.
Washington State is being very physical. They're playing a good old-fashioned kind of football game. Defense is really hitting and moving around, and the offense is grinding it out. Their backs are running real hard up the middle. Offensive line is doing a real fine job of blocking.
To the right goes Chad Carpenter. Albert Kennedy is wide to the left. Kennedy's got it at the 30-yard line on a knee. He's down there. Andy Colbert covered him. Albert Kennedy had a good freshman year, and he had some great guys to learn from. Guys like Darren Pointer, C.J. Davis, Philip Bobo.
A 6-yard game.
There were some good ones for Mike Price's Cougars.
Well, they're hoping that Kennedy learned enough to step up and become the big play guy that they need to take some pressure off of Davis in the running game.
Chad Davis over center. He's got tripped wideouts to the top. Comes back to the near side, throws it out of bounds. Boy, he had Philip Ward hanging on him. He looked like a Christmas ornament.
Well, he got rid of that ball. He threw it in the direction of a receiver, but clearly he was trying to get rid of it. Here you see 97 Ward coming from the outside untouched. There was an audible called by Davis, and nobody was there to pick up Ward. Davis barely got the ball away.
Now UCLA being shut out here in the second quarter. There's Philip Ward's numbers. He's a sophomore out of Compton, California. And again, the Cougars showing triple wide receivers to the top of your screen. The give is straight ahead. It's Frank Madu, the junior from San Francisco. Boy, did he smack helmet to helmet with Donnie Edwards.
Well, Edwards is being moved around on the defense to try to make a play. He's been coming from the outside. That time they moved him inside and sent him on a blitz. You'll see in the middle of the screen, 23. He just beats the blocker, gets in the hole, and wraps up Madu very nicely there.
L. Edwards in this opener. 4.5 sacks. Got one today. 3rd and 10 Cougars. It's caught by Kearney Adams, the slot back, and he is hit immediately by Paul Guidry, way short of the first down. And that will bring on George Martin to punt it away for Washington State.
Good play by Guidry, who is one of the smaller safeties that UCLA has ever had. He only goes at 5'10", 180.
Clock's on with 2:43 to play in the second quarter. We're coming back to the Rose Bowl in just a moment.
The hot new Chevy Camaro. Just $14,339 gets you an all-new structural design inside and out. And $14,339 for dual airbags, 4-wheel ABS, and a whole lot more. The all-new Chevy Camaro. Beyond belief, but well within reach.
Our friends, Roger and Laura,
They own the store where we bought the ticket. We gave them a pool.
We knew something was up. The foreman wanted to see us right away. They say nobody wins the lottery? Oh, yeah?
I used to get so hungry playing ball.
You? What about me?
Home run hitters always eat more.
Now at McDonald's, there are more delicious extra value meals for just $2.99 each.
Híjole.
With large fries and a medium Coca-Cola, they'll satisfy any big league appetite.
Yeah, well, maybe you and I were hungry, but nobody eats like Gordon.
Hey, didn't you guys leave me any?
What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
2:43 to play in the second quarter. 6-0 Washington State over the Bruins of UCLA. And George Martin is set to punt it away for the Cougars. Brian Adams, back at the 25-yard line, is set to receive UCLA, showing a 10-man rush. Now, they came very close to getting to a George Martin punt on the last punting situation. Low snap, and this time he gets it away with ease. Adams at the 30. Moves it out to about the 32, and that's it. Let's go down to Paul Sunderland.
Well, Phil, Rodney, like everything in life, it's always what have you done for me lately, and Bjorn Merton was fabulous last year, 21 for 26 on the year, and you've talked about his All-American season, but this year, working with a new snapper and a new holder, he's really struggling, only 5 of 9 on the year. Terry Donahue said there are 2 things that are really hurting our offense this year. One, we're having to deal with a long field because we only have 3 takeaways as opposed to 11 through the first 3 games of the season, and also our All-American kicker is just not getting it done, not making the kicks he did for us last year, not giving us the spark and momentum, and with J.J. Stokes on the sidelines, all the more complicated. Back to you.
Bruins shifting into the I formation. The deep back is Shaw. He's got the football on the draw. He's not going anywhere. Chad Eaton, the senior tackle out of Puyallup, Washington. Good story on Chad Eaton, Rod. He's got his own radio show in Seattle on KJR radio. He's real brash. He's very cocky. Gotten himself into a few problems on the radio with that brashness.
Yeah, well, remember last year he went up to Damon Heward, who's the quarterback of Washington, went to his parents' house before the Apple Cup, tried to intimidate the quarterback's parents.
Second down and 12. Again from the shotgun. There's a little inside handoff. And there's not much there. Ron Childs. Boy, does he grab hold of Sharmon Shaw and stand him up.
Well, there's some booing going on right now because UCLA has returned to the ground after having so much success throwing the ball earlier on. You see the rushing totals there for Fresno State against UCLA and Illinois. Nothing doing, and UCLA having a lot of trouble today, too.
15 yards rushing by the Bruins today. Wayne Cook. He's going down, and Mark Fields delivered the blow.
I'll say he delivered a blow. Wayne Cook is slow getting up, and Fields came like a missile from the middle of the field all the way over to get Cook. You'll see 29 will show up from the right side of your screen. There he comes. He can't be blocked. He's relentless, and he slams Cook into the turf. Look at 29. Full speed ahead. He just runs past the blocker. When you have great speed, you don't worry about people blocking you because you can run past them.
Oh, the Cougars have called a timeout with 1:18 to play. Boy, a very confident Washington State Cougar team here in the first half.
I'd go so far as to say that they border on being cocky right now. I mean, they know that they can whip UCLA offensively right now. It's like a basketball team that is running free and slam dunking. They get the confidence going, and that's what Washington State has right now.
A minute, 20 seconds to play on the first half. Next Saturday, prime college football brings you the #1 team in the nation. The Gators try to continue their undefeated season with the victory over the Rebels of Mississippi. That's next Saturday, 12:30 Eastern on most prime affiliates. Florida and Ole Miss. Can anybody hold Florida to under 70 points?
Let's see. Cowboys?
I think there were 65 Division I basketball teams that did not average 70.